Hi friends, and welcome back to Author Notes. I'm Tanya E Williams, and today I'm taking you into the new year with some of the most compelling historical fiction releases coming in January 2026. Stay tuned. There's something about the start of a new year that makes us crave stories. Stories that transport us, challenge us, and remind us that history has never been tidy, only human. This month's releases do exactly that. So if you're ready for stories of complicated families, brave women, forbidden love, colonial ambition, and secrets hidden between the pages of books, let's begin. Number 1. Meet the Newmans by Jennifer Niven, releasing January 6th. If you love stories that explore the masks families wear and the private truths underneath, Meet the Newmans might be one to highlight on your January list. Set in 1964, it follows America's so-called perfect television family, a black and white fantasy that's crumbling behind the scenes as the world changes around them. What I love about this premise is how it asks, what happens when the public version of your life no longer matches the private one? Jennifer Niven explores fame, family, identity, and the quiet unraveling that happens when we can no longer maintain perfection for the world. Number 2, The Last of Earth by Deepa Anappara, releasing January 13th. This one is sweeping, layered, and ambitious. Set in 1869, it follows an Indian surveyor working for the British Empire and a British woman determined to reach Tibet, a land closed to Europeans. What makes this novel so powerful is that it doesn't just explore geography, it explores colonial obsession, ambition, belonging, and moral complexity. If you appreciate historical fiction that makes you think deeply about power, land, and who gets to write history, this one is extraordinary. Number 3, The Bookbinder's Secret by A.D. Bell, releasing January 13th. If you love stories about books within books, hidden letters, and women uncovering forgotten truths, this one feels especially tailored for readers like us. Set in 1901 Oxford, it follows a young bookbinder who discovers a confession hidden inside a burned book and slowly unravels a web of forbidden love, lost fortune, and murder. It's a love letter to books, archives, and the dangerous power of uncovering the past. And honestly, as someone who believes so deeply in stories staying with us long after we close the cover, this one holds true to that spirit. Number 4, When We Were Brilliant by Lynn Cullen, releasing January 20th. This is a historical friendship I didn't realize I needed. It follows the unlikely bond between Marilyn Monroe and photographer Eve Arnold, two women trying to control their own narratives in a world determined to shape them. It's about ambition, image, artistry, and seeing someone beyond their fame. If you enjoy stories of women navigating identity, vulnerability, and self-creation, this might be one that lingers long after the final page. Number 5, Crucible by John Sayles, releasing January 20th. This novel is big in scope and theme. Centered around Henry Ford and Detroit in the early 20th century, it explores industrial power, labor conflicts, and class division during the rise of modern America. What makes this novel stand out is the polyphonic structure, the way multiple voices and lives interweave to show history as a living, breathing thing. For readers who enjoy layered narratives and large historical landscapes, this is an ambitious and thought-provoking read. Number 6, Butterfly Games by Kelly Scarborough, releasing January 20th. Based on a true story, this novel follows a young Swedish countess whose forbidden love with a prince threatens both her life and her country's stability. If you love royal drama, political tension, and emotionally rich historical narratives, this one reminds us what's at stake when love collides with duty. It's sweeping, romantic, and rooted in real history, a combination many of you adore. Number 7, The Winter Witch by Jennifer Chevalier, releasing January 27th. This novel immediately captured my imagination because of its connection to Canada's Filles du Roi. Two sisters traveled to New France in the 1600s, hoping for new lives, but instead encountering superstition, secrets, and a mysterious witch. It explores how fear, power, and ignorance lead to witch hunts in any era. If you love history blended with folklore, female power, and moral tension, this one feels especially relevant. Number 8, Women of a Promiscuous Nature by Donna Everhart, releasing January 27th. This one is harrowing, powerful, and deeply necessary. It centers around women imprisoned in a so-called rehabilitation colony simply for existing outside societal expectations. Some were too independent, some too poor, some simply inconvenient. This story confronts how women's bodies and autonomy were policed, and how some women refused to be broken. It's surely not going to be an easy read, but it's an important one, and I know many of you value stories that honor resilience through injustice. What I love about this January's lineup is how it reminds us that history isn't one story, it's many. Families behind facades, women redefining themselves, empires collapsing, love challenging power, and truth hidden beneath pages. As always, I'd love to know which of these are calling out to you for your winter reading list. Let me know in the comments. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode of Author Notes and all the stories we'll explore together in 2026. Until next time, happy reading. I don't know number 7. We'll just skip it and move on to number 8. One moment, please. That was good.